Next, we will take a look how we can enhance this page further by including some images, videos, hyperlinks, and forms. Now let's create a gallery web page to show some bird images and some videos. I have downloaded some images from the internet and some videos, and we will create a new file. We will name as gallery.html. We can straight away we can create this HTML file here, and it does. If you change the file extension, the file might become unusable. It's all right. As long as it is HTML file, we can open it from the browser. So at the moment, it is an empty file. We will open the file using Notepad. First, we will declare the doc type. And specify as HTML, which means we are using HTML5 version. And then we need this HTML tag followed by the closing tag. And we will have a head section and a body section. Here, we will include a title called My Gallery. In the body, first we will include that image. Actually, there are two images in this project. First, we will include the first image. In order to do that, we have to use the img tag. This is a tag that we don't have closing image tag. In the image tag, we close the tag in the same opening tag. In order to specify the image file that we want to show in this image element, we have to use src attribute, and inside the value we have to specify the relative or absolute path of the file. In this case, we are going to specify the relative path, and it is inside the images directory, the parrot.jpg file. Images parrot.jpg. Optionally, we can specify the width and height of the image as well. First, we will try without specifying the dimensions of the image. Now we will save it and open it from the browser. Yes. Now we can see the image, and let's put a heading to the web page. Right. Now we will include a paragraph. Right. Now we can actually include another image. That image is also in the same directory. And we can specify the content of the paragraph as after saving, we can refresh the page. Now we can see two parrots. and the heading is also there. Now let's specify a dimension to this first image. In fact, this image is 300 by 450 pixels. What we can do is we can specify any arbitrary value. For an example, height 400, width 200, and we can save and open from the browser, and it's resized. Even we can specify the actual dimensions of the picture, or we can scale up or down the picture as we want. In this case, let's assume we want to half the size of this parrot. In that case, the width would be 150 and height would be 225. Let's save it. Right. Now this image is half the size of its original size. Let's do the same thing for this parrot. Right. Now we can see both parrots in the same page. Now it's time to include the video under both of these pictures. But here we will do a small adjustment to the page and we'll rename this as My Gallery and create a heading 2 tag called Pictures, and under the two pictures we will create another heading 2 tag called Videos. In addition to these attributes, we can also specify a title and also an alt tag, where in case the image is not present in the hard drive, this alt text will be displayed. It is a good practice to include these title and alt attributes in your web page. Now, if we refresh the page, and when you put your mouse over the image, it will show parrot 1 and parrot 2. Let's see what will happen if we delete one of the images or rename one of the images. I will delete this first parrot, and then it says parrot 1. This is the alt image which is appearing instead of the picture. But the user can get an idea by looking at this alt text. If we undo delete, that will appear again. So now it's time to insert a video into the page. In order to add the video, we have to include this video tag. and we can specify the width and the height, and also we can include the controls. Inside the opening and closing video tags, we should specify the source tag. And use the src attribute to specify the video file's path. And also, it is a good practice to specify the video type. In this case, I have downloaded an MP4 file, therefore I will specify it here. The real path of the video is inside this videos folder, and the file name is bird.mp4. And the dimensions of the video, the real dimensions are 1920 versus 1080 pixels. Let's specify the same widths and heights here first. And save it. Now the video is embedded into the web page. But we might want to resize the video so that it's visible for the user without scrolling the page. So let's divide the dimensions by 4 and specify in the file. We divide 1920 by 4, 480, and height 270 pixels, 270 pixels, and we save it. Now it's small, and we can control the dimensions of the video. Not only MP4 files, it is possible to include other video types such as MPEG and SWF. Now we have created a simple gallery where we put images of our parrots as well as a video of this bird. Now let's see how we can link another page to show the details of this parrot. In order to do that, we are going to create a new HTML file called parrot1.html. In this parrot1 HTML page, we will define the necessary HTML element, head section and body section. In the head section, we define the title as parrot1. In the body section, we will include the image of the parrot1. underneath the image, we insert a description the details of the parrot one. Right. We can specify the dimensions of the image, but in this case, we will keep the original dimensions of the image without changing it. And we save the file. And when you open, because the file name was parrot and not parrot1, the page displayed the alter text. Let's go and fix the file name error. Right. And also we might need to add the headings to the image. Right. Let's save it. Now our parrot1 page is complete. Now we want to link this image here and also the text here to this newly created page dedicated to this parrot. In order to do that, we need to define this text as a hyperlink, or we call an anchor tag. If we open this gallery HTML file, we can see there is this image tag and also this paragraph tag. There are different ways of defining anchor tags. Even we can nest it inside this paragraph. But in this case, we will change this paragraph tag into an anchor tag. And the anchor tag has different sections or different attributes. One mandatory attribute is the place where we should navigate once we click this link. We specify the target by using this href attribute. In this case, we want to navigate to parrot1.html. Because this gallery HTML and parrot1 HTML both are in the same directory, we can define the name relatively. And we save it. And if we go here and refresh, we can see this new anchor tag appears here. And we also can see the second parrot also came to the same line. To avoid such behavior, we can use the break lines or break HTML tags. What we will do here is we will insert a break tag here. Right. But we also want to show this anchor tag or this hyperlink beneath the image rather than on the side of it. We will use the same break tag between the image and the anchor tag as well. Right. Now, if we click on this link, it goes to this parrot1 page. And if we go back, we can visit the My Gallery page. we might want to add the link back to the gallery page from this page. How do we do that? If we open the Parrot1 HTML, here we can introduce another break and then introduce another anchor tag, another hyperlink to visit the gallery. We save it and refresh in the browser. Right, back to gallery. And we can traverse back and forth using the anchor tag. Let's create a separation between this first parrot and the second parrot. In order to do that, we will introduce a horizontal rule between the first picture's anchor tag and the second picture. Here, we can introduce this horizontal rule HTML tag. Right. Now these sections are separated and it's easy for the user to distinguish between two sections. Now imagine that we want to open this page in a new tab. At the moment, when we click here, this Parrot1 page opens in the same page without opening up a new tab. How do we do that? In the anchor tag, we can define the target. And if we specify it as blank, that will instruct the browser to open this anchor tag, open this new page in a different tab. Let's try that out. Now you can see this Parrot1 page is opened in a new tab, and we can still access the previous page here. If we click it again, it will open up another tab. When we click back to gallery, if you see here, you can see that we have not defined the target attribute specified for this anchor tag. Therefore, this link will open the gallery page in the same page. If we click here, it will open up the gallery in the same tab. Depending on our requirement, we can either use the target attribute like this, or we can skip it. We can avoid using the target blank attribute. Now we have successfully linked this text to open up a new page showing the details of this parrot. How can we link this image to do the same thing? Let's open our gallery page and we can nest this image tag inside our anchor tag. We'll create a new anchor tag. And if we place this image tag inside the anchor tag, this image will become a hyperlink. Now you can see when I hover the mouse over this parrot picture, in the bottom here, we can see it's linked to parrot1.html. When you click it, it opens up this parrot1 page. Similarly, in HTML, we can create links not only using the text, but also these images or other HTML elements. Now we have created this page with this video, and when we click this button here, it plays. But we can further customize the behavior of this video by adding few attributes to this video tag or this video element. For an example, let's assume we want the video to play itself when we load the page. To do that, we shall add autoplay attribute into the video tag. Save it, and when we refresh, it plays itself without the user's intervention. There's no necessity for user to click this play button to play the video. Sometimes some browsers do not allow this behavior by default. Even the browser I'm using, the Microsoft Edge, does not allow the behavior by default. If you place this autoplay attribute here and the browser does not play it automatically when the page is loaded, you can enable this behavior by going to the settings page and search for autoplay, and then it allows you to change the behavior here. If you limit it, it will not play automatically as intended. But for this demonstration, we will keep it allowed. And when we refresh it, it plays automatically. We can observe that the video plays only once. What can we do to make it play infinitely without stopping the video? We can easily do that by introducing this loop attribute. Now, when we refresh the page, the video loads itself and plays. And once it's over, it repeats itself so that user will see the video playing all the time. And also there are some other attributes we can make use of. We can mute the video initially. So we can see the video is muted when it plays. I think it was really interesting and fun having images and videos in our web page. Not only that, we have created 2 pages and linked them together using hyperlinks. I think even with that, we can build a very good website with lots of information.